All right, welcome to the deep dive. We're all about getting you up to speed on the things that really matter, and we do it quickly, thoroughly, no messing around.
Exactly. Cut through all that noise and get right to the good stuff. That's why you're here, and that's what we're all about.
So today we're gonna be diving into, you guessed it, the brand new a Minecraft movie.
Ooh, block by block.
Yeah, exactly. Building it up one block at a time. And we actually got a pretty interesting review from Sweden.
Yeah, this one's a fascinating one,
It is. It is. It's called "Funnet under Hollande Hiss in Meningsloos Risa."
which, if our Swedish is up to par, translates roughly to silly, entertaining pranks on a meaningless journey.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
That doesn't sound too promising.
Yeah, not really. I mean, meaningless journey, silly pranks.
Doesn't exactly scream blockbuster hit.
Yeah, but the thing is, we got to figure out what this reviewer actually thought of the film. Like, how does it, stack up against the game that we all know and love?
Right, because we all have opinions about Minecraft.
Well, yeah. And ultimately, like, the big question is it even worth our time? Should we even bother with this movie?
Should we spend our precious movie watching hours on this?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, we all saw the trailer. I mean, it left some of us, kind of scratching our heads.
Yeah, I was not super impressed.
Me neither, honestly. But guess what? This reviewer actually found the movie to be a pleasant surprise.
Really? That's interesting. When those initial glimpses can be so, well, underwhelming, I'm curious to see how the film turned things around. What's the basic setup that pulled this reviewer back in?
Okay, so basically a bunch of, regular people, they get yanked out of their daily lives and they're thrown headfirst into this blocky, super weird world of Minecraft.
Sounds about right for a video game movie.
It does. It does. But here's the twist, and I think you, the listener, are going to appreciate this. These characters are total noobs.
Yeah.
I mean, they have zero clue what a creeper is. They don't know anything about mining for diamond.
They've never punched a tree.
Exactly. They're clueless. And, their main goal is pretty straightforward. They just want to find their way back home.
Makes sense. Get out of Dodge.
Right. So to do that, they go on this big adventure across the overworld, and they're guided by this mysterious character named Steve.
Steve.
Yeah, Steve, played by none other than Jack Black.
Oh, Jack Black. Okay, I can see where this is going.
Right. And apparently this Steve, he's their supposed ticket out of this digital mess.
Okay, so we've got clueless characters thrown into Minecraft. Jack Black is their guide. A Swedish reviewer calling it a meaningless journey. What I find so interesting about this whole premise is that we get to see this world that we know so well with fresh eyes. It's like the film is reintroducing the heart of Minecraft to people who might not know the first thing about it. Kind of genius, actually.
Yeah, totally. Like a backdoor intro to the whole Minecraft thing.
Right. And did you notice who they picked to direct? Jared Hess.
Oh, yeah, the Napoleon Dynamite guy.
That's the one. And it feels very intentional, you know? That specific kind of quirky, offbeat humor. I'm curious to see how that translates into this blocky, pixelated world.
Well, according to the review, it actually works, like, surprisingly well, at least in the beginning.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Hess brings his signature dry humor, and actually, the reviewer was really impressed with his camera work. They said it was really adept.
Huh. Didn't see that one coming.
Yeah. So the movie takes its time to introduce these characters.
Mm-hmm.
They're all fish out of water, right?
Right.
And the reviewer actually pointed out that the tone, it's almost childlike, and it feels really intentional. And it's actually funny, like you get the genuine laughs.
Okay, so we've got a good setup, a surprisingly adept director, but now we get to the real challenge.
Mm-hmm.
How do you take a video game that's basically made of chunky pixels and turn it into a big budget movie? That has to be a visual effects nightmare.
It does. It does. But from a technical standpoint, this reviewer was blown away. Like, they were really impressed. They even said that the CGI is amazing. Like, it perfectly captures the low-resolution textures, the simple, blocky style that makes Minecraft, well, Minecraft.
That's pretty impressive.
It is. And get this, the reviewer actually said that it looked more polished than some other recent big-budget movies.
Wow. High praise. But that brings up a big question, right? How do you take real-life actors and plop them into this super stylized digital world? Did that even work?
So this is where the review gets a little tricky.
Okay.
They loved the look of the Minecraft world itself, don't get me wrong. But they felt like the movie struggled to really blend those live-action actors into the scenery.
It's like they're standing out against the backdrop.
Yeah, exactly. It never really feels like the actors are truly part of that digital world.
It makes you wonder why that is. Is it because Minecraft is so visually simple? Maybe that makes the details of the actors stand out even more, creating this weird, uncanny valley effect.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe it's how they move, how they interact with everything. In the game, it's more abstract, less realistic. But in the movie, they have to make it believable.
Right, they have to ground it in
Yeah.
reality. And the review mentioned the actors, specifically Jack Black as Steve. What did they think about him?
Okay, so Jack Black has his moments. Like, he definitely gets some laughs. But the reviewer didn't think he actually embodied Steve, the character.
Yeah.
It felt more like Jack Black. Being Jack Black, but with a little bit of Minecraft knowledge thrown in.
It's just sprinkled on top.
Exactly. So it's not that surprising that it felt a little disconnected, like we're saying.
Yeah, when an actor's personality overshadows the character, it takes you out of the movie. It sounds like that was the case here. What about the other actors? Jason Momoa was mentioned for enjoying the absurdity of it all.
Oh, yeah, Momoa seems like he's really into the whole silly thing, like he totally got the dry humor.
Good for him.
Yeah. And Sebastian Eugene Hansen, who plays the child prodigy character, he was a good fit. Yeah, the reviewer even said he reminded them of those, like, quirky kids from 90s movies. So, not all the casting was bad.
True. But it sounds like Danielle Brooks's character wasn't as lucky.
Yeah, that's where things get a little rough.
Yeah.
The reviewer really felt for her, because she clearly gave it her all. But the script just didn't give her much to work with.
Kind of a flat character.
Yeah, like her development felt rushed, like they skipped a few steps. And then at the end, when she finally gets this big motivation, this purpose, it felt forced, like it didn't come from anywhere.
It's always disappointing when you have a talented actor and the script just lets them down.
Exactly.
But the review did highlight Emma Myers, from Wednesday, as the most convincing. Why was that?
Apparently, she handled a lot of the, dramatic parts of the movie. And the reviewer thought she was really believable, the most grounded in this crazy setting. But then the reviewer also said something interesting, that the movie seemed to want to rush through those dramatic parts.
Really? Why would they do that? Do you think they just wanted to get back to the jokes?
Maybe. It's like they thought the humor and the visuals were the main draw.
And the drama was just getting in the way.
Yeah, maybe.
So how about the source material? How faithful was the film to the actual Minecraft game? Because that's a big deal for fans.
Oh, totally. And the reviewer actually said it was perfectly acceptable, like it hit all the key points. But what they really appreciated was that the creators actually made the movie their own. They leaned into the comedy, the Jared Hess style of humor, the lighthearted, the silly, sometimes absurd stuff.
Which, let's face it, kind of matches the spirit of Minecraft.
It does. Like, think about it. The game is full of surprises, things that don't make sense in the real world.
Yeah, defying gravity, building crazy contraptions.
Exactly.
So it wasn't trying to be a super serious, lore-heavy adaptation. It found its own way, using the humor to capture the essence of the game.
Okay, but the review did say the movie kind of falls apart in the second half. What happened there? Well, this is where it gets interesting, and a little disappointing. The reviewer said that as the movie went on, the adventure felt kind of careless, even repetitive. And the character development, which started out pretty good, it suddenly felt rushed, like they were skipping important parts.
Oh, no, don't tell me they went the route of so many other video game adaptations.
It kind of sounds like it, right?
Rushed, unearned conclusions, skipping over crucial steps.
Yeah, it's like that initial spark, that promise from the first half, it just fizzled out.
So is this just a problem with adapting games into movies? Like, is it just too hard to translate that open-world freedom and player-driven story into a neat 2-hour package?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe they just couldn't keep that momentum going once the novelty wore off.
Interesting point. And speaking of other movies, this reviewer actually compares a Minecraft movie to some other recent big-budget films and makes a pretty interesting observation.
Oh yeah, they actually say that it's stronger than some of those other big soulless blockbusters, specifically mentioning the new Captain America, the latest Venom, and oh boy, they really went there, the Borderlands adaptation.
Ouch, they did not hold back.
Nope. But I think the point they're trying to make is that even with its flaws, a Minecraft movie feels like it kept some of its original heart.
So it might not be perfect, but at least it's not completely hollow. All right, so what's the final verdict? What's the takeaway for listeners?
Okay, so the overall impression is that a Minecraft movie is way better than the trailer made it seem, which actually makes those flaws even more frustrating. Like it could have been really good, But in the end, it's just a pretty standard kind of shallow adventure flick.
A bit of a missed opportunity.
Yeah, maybe. But the reviewer did say that kids will probably love it, which, let's be honest, makes sense given who plays Minecraft.
Yeah, that's the target audience after all. Okay, so let's sum it up for our listeners. We've got a visually interesting film that embraces the silliness of the game, has some genuinely funny moments, thanks to Jared Hess, and establishes that fish out of water premise really well. But then it loses steam. Character development is rushed, the adventure becomes generic, and it just doesn't live up to its full potential.
Exactly. So for you, the listener, the question is, do the good parts, the visuals, the humor, the fact that kids will probably enjoy it, outweigh the bad parts, the weak story, the flat characters?
Yeah.
It all comes down to what you're looking for in a movie.
It really does, but it does make you think, doesn't it? I mean, Minecraft is this incredible game where you can create anything, build your own world, tell your own stories. So what would a truly amazing, unconventional Minecraft movie look like? What if they really leaned into that player-driven creativity, that endless potential? That's something to chew on, isn't it?
Food for thought. As always, thanks for joining us on the deep dive. We'll see you next time.
Keep diving.